Hey everyone, welcome to Relationships Myth. We are live tonight with Eric.
Can I just jump in real quick and just say, Ian, what you're describing is a video game too. Like,
yeah. I want to.
You are literally. I mean, we were.
People said that. People said that to us. Like, this is like a fucking video game. But like,
right, Matt? Like, people are right. Like 100%.
Exactly.
And I'm sorry, Nathaniel. I'm not trying to tread.
No, you have another question here, and I know what it is.
My nerd is gonna like explode in about 5 seconds. You have Isaac too. You have filing a legend. Like
my Steam buddy.
Like voice actors out the wazoo, and you're like, yeah, we have invisible walls that block you from until you level up to, let's say, an elite level, and then you can surpass it once you. And I'm just like, yeah, let's get into this. Like, clearly, this is like the next step.
He wants to do video game. Actually, he wants to do video game.
Yeah, I designed a video game design document already for.
Beautiful,
totally
beautiful.
Taking investors for that too.
Yeah, I don't. I'm just at the point to where I've done the doc, but I'm gonna, because I'm a type of person. I don't know if you guys are too. You probably, some of you are, but
even if I'm not, I'm gonna act like it just to keep going. Yes, I totally am. Yes, let's go.
So like, I'm the type of person like
I'll be honest.
My imagination is so crazy that I'll get onto these tangents. Like I'll get onto, okay, I want to do a video game. Okay, then I want to keep this movie going. I want to do my book stuff. And Matt actually was one of the guys who told me, yeah, you kind of gotta focus, and I was like, yeah, I gotta kind of.
Yeah, poor Matt got to focus on the movie.
I gotta just shelve this other stuff, shelve this, shelve that. And I gotta focus on the movie, man. Yeah, to make everything else happen.
So. But Zaz had a question earlier before you got on that now, like, I think totally plays in about the cast.
Oh, the cast, like, so yeah, you have like very talented VA actors on your staff or whatever you want to call it. Or in the cast. Isaac, I mean. He's absolutely amazing if you just go through, and it's like, and you're already building a universe, right? Clearly with the books, and to have these like reoccurring characters, like in doing some VA work on, like, even if it's an RPG on paper, I don't care. I will buy it. We will play it. Josh is wearing a dress so I can laugh at you. But like, these are things that like, that would all intertwine together and just. You're building a universe, man, and it's like I know you already know that, and I'm an idiot, but like at the same time, I'm just like I'm all in. Like I'm just hearing this, like reading Eric Roberts. I mean, come on.
yeah. I mean, no, I want to hear your ideas too, further as well. And but yeah, you're right. These guys are all of these guys are, or a lot of these guys are talented voice actors. So yeah, if I do make I know I'll make a game eventually. Maybe I can have their characters. The thing is, I just have to, because I have to, with all of these things, you have to be, you get lawyers involved, and you have to make sure everything's airtight.
Right.
Because I want to always treat people fairly. I don't ever want to.
Absolutely, sure.
It's taken a while for me to, Matt and I made it a point to really cultivate our reputations to be people who are stand-up guys, there's and so when we meet other people that are like us, like-minded, we just, we like to surround ourselves with like-minded people because it's kind of rare, in a way. So anyway, back to your point, I kind of went off on a tangent, but yeah, with the video game stuff, you also have to kind of treat everyone fairly, make sure they get their cut of whatever profits and stuff. But yeah, I definitely want to do it, and there are natural voice actors there that can do video game characters for sure.
You already know them. You got them. They've established a character even.
Yeah, exactly.
Even with the artwork to like was it Twilight of the Colossus? I mean, just like the cover, everything is just like.
Oh yeah,
it seems like a memorable. If I see that when I see this movie, and if everybody's deleted that I just mentioned, I'm going to feel real bad. I'll be like, Isaac can just narrate the prologue. I don't know, but I'm just saying, it's everything about this universe. Just from what you're describing is alive, and it just screams like it wants to be lived in. So.
Nice. Thanks.
Ever since I met Ian, I knew he had an amazing vision. Even when we were doing the short horror movies, those had a gigantic universe. Look, we had a short film that was just one actor for the whole movie, and Ian has a gigantic backstory for the whole universe. I'm like, this is great.
I kind of went overboard, with the horror.
People are like, wait, there's what? It's just funny. It's just a whole backstory of the universe.
Yeah.
What's the character's motivation? Well, in 1736, a ship ran aground on an island.
No, actually, for the horror, my Fathoms of Ikamek, it's a Native American themed horror franchise I was developing. We were going to do that right before Emergence started kind of blowing up. So yeah, we're both horror nerds too, and so I made this whole alternative history for this area called Ebenwood, which is up by the Sierra Nevada mountains, where this Native American tribe kind of got involved with some dark stuff. Anyway, long story short, so I made this whole historical chronological thing of when the settlers came out and when they first interacted with the Native Americans and treated with them and this other tribe. And so I have this whole breakdown chronologically, and then I go into more detail with the characters and the back. So I just kind of geek out, man. I don't know. I'll just keep making these full background, and I believe that definitely has to do with playing role-playing games when I was a kid, and on comic books, and my mother reading to me when I was a kid. Like, she was reading me
hell yeah, man.
She was reading me weird fiction all the time. So Edgar Allan Poe, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, H.P. Lovecraft.
Nothing gets you think more than that.
Yeah, man. So my brain was
I wanted to touch on the role-playing thing because I'm a cyberpunk fan from teenage years, starting with William Gibson, Bruce Sterling, Neil Stephenson, Richard Morgan. Read them, got involved, did all that stuff. But one thing that really cemented me in cyberpunk was the tabletop role-playing game Shadowrun. Did you? I know you mentioned you played RPGs. Did you ever get a chance to play that? Or
I did not. That's one. I probably had over 100 role-playing games at tabletop role-playings at one point, but I never tried Shadowrun. A friend of mine was like, "Oh man, he liked the video game. He said it was really good."
I will be honest with you, the tabletop version of that game wasn't all that fun because you had to have like some person who was great in the cyber world, the Matrix or whatever they'd call it. And if you were that guy, you had one thing to do per mission usually. And while he did that, everybody else did nothing. So like the play was uneven, but the artwork, the stories, the universe, everything about it was fantastic, except actually playing the game, at least for me. But like you, I played a lot. I played Traveler, like I think you said earlier before we got online. I love Traveler.
Man, the D6s.
I love Traveler was great. And did you ever play Paranoia? Because that played in really well the cyberpunk world. Paranoia was where every player also had to kill one of the players they were playing with without letting them know that they were a hired assassin, while trying to escape a complex with a computer trying to kill them. It was the most psychologically messed up game. I'd like to see, but anyway, I bring that up because I was just curious if that was any of your influence, or if any of the authors I mentioned were like some of your favorites growing up that you like, this is the universe I wanted to build out, or not that copy obviously, but like that feeling of what the world's going to be like.
I think for me it was because I wasn't really influenced by any cyberpunk novels like Gibson. I never read his stuff. I purposely didn't read stuff just because I didn't want to be influenced by it. If that makes any sense.
You can't read it now. No, you can't read it now.
But I mean, I guess in a way I have, because I saw Johnny Mnemonic. I've seen Matrix, which is kind of based on his stuff. So I mean, there's nothing really new under the sun. These are kind of tales that are being told over and over. It's just that you're making it more unique. Hopefully somebody's making something that's unique. They're telling a tale in a unique way. But I think mainly it was going back to my mother, when she was reading to me as a little kid, and then these stories, like I mentioned, these authors, just because back then it was weird fiction, so it was before you had all these cute little categories like horror and fantasy. It was just all it was an amalgam. It was an amalgam of all of these, and so it was kind of like limitless. So you could just kind of do anything because it combined, horror, fantasy, sci-fi, adventure, whatever, romance. And so that really influenced me. And then the tabletop role-playing games, big time. That was like just taken off with my imagination and building my own
dreams in role-playing worlds. Like I would go to sleep and still have dreams about my character. And
nice. Did you wake up next to your character sheet? And you're like, oh god,
I've had the sheet on my face.
Wait, hold on. Like, Did you ever cheat on your rolls on your ability rolls? You can tell me if you did, man. It's all right, man.
I did. I did have a DM that would like pretty much do whatever I wanted. Like later on, I was like, "Yeah, I want this." He's like, "All right, you're immune to all poisons." I'm like, "Cool." Like,
oh, nice.
But I didn't write it myself. I had to have somebody else like say that I had it.
Did you ever play Champions back in the day?
No, I had friends who absolutely loved it. I'd be surprised if Dan or Zaz here has not, though.
Did you guys ever play Champions? That was one of the ones I love. The superhero role.
No. No, wait. We haven't played that, Josh? No.
Yeah, superhero.
Not the tabletop, no.
Oh, okay.
We played the MMO they did.
The MMO, yeah.
Now they have the GURPS system. Generic Universal Role Playing.
I guess I just
those are pretty cool too.
I just was a big comic book fan, and video game fan growing. I tried D&D once. I didn't get it.
Speaking Martian to Matt, man.
I might be a little younger than you guys. I just played video games and read comics a lot when I was growing up.
No, Matt, you and I are on the same level. These guys got me into it, and last time Josh was the DM, he made me kill my dog, and I still will not forgive you, you piece of shit. So, yeah.
No, listen, I was comics and video games as well, but we came into the tabletop stuff more recently. It's fun.
Okay.
One more edition, all the fun stuff.
Like, especially the cyberpunk ones.
Role playing games are really big right now.
Cyberpunk ones sound especially
role playing games are still really catching on. I think when they started showing up more mainstream, which is kind of a mixed blessing, right? It's like you don't want it to go too mainstream because then it kind of loses its geek appeal. So like when Vin Diesel and all those guys started playing it, it became popular, but we didn't want it to sell out. We wanted to still be kind of underground and
right.
So,
but still, I do want to play around with Joe Manganiello. I'm not gonna lie, man.
I'm actually planning I've written out a thing for a tabletop role-playing game for Fading Empires as well.
That's
going to be later on, though, because that's a little harder to get an audience for. I talked to a lot of guys.
Cool.
I will tell you this.
I talked to a lot of people
you have a beta live stream group here if you want to involve us or have us do it with you.
Oh, cool, man. Yeah.
We have streamed playing the tabletop before.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
What system did we use that the author told us to stop?
It was the
Monster of the Week.
Monster of the Week system. Yeah.
Yeah, the creator of Monster of the Week told us cease and desist.
He asked us to not involve his name.
Let's not talk about that.
You guys use Zoom and stuff? You just use Zoom, or what kind of system?
At that time, we were using Google Meet and OBS, and we didn't have StreamYard yet, so it was just a cluster.
Discord, a number of things.
It was an absolute cluster. This is great, though. This whole system.
StreamYard makes this so much easier. But we're here. If you want a beta, if you want to like do a promotion with us streaming it live as it goes, whatever you want to do.
Oh, sure,
you've met Relationship Smith people and nerd geek role players.
Fellow nerds, nice.
We're in, and whatever you want.
We love meeting fellow creatives and geeks like us. So we're just
even.
What's that?
Even better if Matt's in too, since he's not a big tabletop guy.
Oh yeah, we could teach you.
All right, I'm ready.
Hey, listen, you get the right people.
Tabletop,
Role playing is absolutely about the people you're with. If you have a good group of people and a good DM, it's the best night of your life.
Okay.
Yeah, and what's great about, and I'm sure you guys will probably agree, but video games are great. I'm a video game nut, but there's something about tabletop role-playing games because the human mind is so vastly superior to any kind of compartmentalization of a video game that you can. It's just like you're telling stories and you're engaging your imagination more. You can do more stuff, right? It's almost unlimited what you can do with your character. And, tabletop role-playing games are like superior in every way for me. Like that's kind of like one of the hardest things I think to make, because you really have to have an IP that is already really has a rabid fan base and stuff. So that's kind of like one of the things on the last horizon for me. First kind of do the films, of course, and then we got a comic book thing that we're probably going to do. Yeah, if you go on Emergence right now, Emergence 2028, Emergence Series 2028.com, a pop-up will pop up, and it's a preview comic that we did. It's an 8-page preview comic, and it's a prologue kind of, or it's like a couple years before 2028, and it shows like some of the characters, how they develop and stuff. So we'll probably build it into like maybe like a 6-issue miniseries.
Now you said you illustrate. Did you illustrate this? You the artist?
No, actually, well, I didn't do the interior art. I did the cover pencils. So I did the sketching. I just don't have time to do. I have a pen tablet.
That's what I was wondering. Like, do you sleep?
Yeah. No, I have. I can do that. I don't have time to do the pen tablet, like the digital art. It's just way too time consuming and involving. Sure. So I just sketched it, and then I hired a guy off of Fiverr.
He was checking it hard. He was sending it back to him. I want it like this. I want those lines like that. Believe me.
Can I tell you something that we did on Fiverr that was completely? It's not about your thing. I had this brilliant idea to hire people from Fiverr to do whatever they wanted to do, and what we came up with is we hired somebody to write a script to a 5-minute to be animated for YouTube movie. None of us read it. I had a friend verify that they wrote it and it fit the criteria, which was 2 actors, 1 male, 1 female, whatever you want. 5 minutes. And it has to be YouTube friendly. He verified that person did it. We then took it and we hired voice actors to do the male and the female. We did not verify their work. My friend verified it was done. No issue of quality. We then sent it off to somebody to animate it and put it together and write music and Foley it. And then we watched it live after everything we paid for without verifying or giving any direction. And it was actually pretty good.
Oh, it's good. It turned out good. I was waiting for some kind of horror story.
No, it worked out. Like it was the voice acting was great. The Foley was excellent. Like the animation was what we paid for. Let's be fair. We gave $150 and we got $150 worth of animation.
We were thinking about doing an animated thing for Emergence.
Yeah, an animated.
That's the best way to do it. How'd you animate it? We're trying to figure out the best way to do it.
It looked like it wasn't Flash, but it looked like Flash animation.
Yeah.
You know, it was what it was. There were large objects that were I don't know. I wouldn't say it was. Yeah, it was good, but it wasn't what it was what I expected for the money. But if you pay it, there are really good people on Fiverr too. So yeah.
Definitely.
Not to knock the person who did our film. They gave us the amount of work we paid for. Yeah. So it's fair.
So Fiverr is a great platform for getting inexpensive, and then you're helping people in different countries. Your dollar goes a lot farther. I always give them a nice tip and everything because you never know what people's.
The person we chose at random, besides giving everybody a nice tip, the person we chose at random, we became their first professional writing credit. They get to say that they are a published writer. Like that level of like we helped. Like it's nothing really, but it's kind of cool.
Yeah, same thing here.
They sold their first story.
I find out what their tag is or what, or their IG or whatever, and I'll just give them credit. And then I'll see them like reposting some of the work. It's like, oh wow. So it's really cool to help them out too.
Yeah, I did want to ask you about that. That's in my question sheet. So as you build this universe,
questions, I think.
Sorry. As you both build this universe, with the intent of it being multimedia and multi-format, whatever feels good for the story you want to tell. How do you feel about fans jumping into your universe and writing their own stories or making their own fan films? Like Star Trek has some. I watched one the other night, a really great fan film that's not authorized at all. But how do you guys feel about that?
I think it's okay. I mean, I saw this one the other day. It was, check this out, man. I think it's just badass. It's this guy did Guile from Street Fighter 2.
Oh, yeah, cool.
And he did Guile against Bucky, the Winter Soldier.
Oh.
And it's this fight scene, and it's like 25, 30 minutes, and it's just like so good, man. And I'm sure this guy didn't have permission to do this, but he's got like millions of likes or something. And he has another one of Superman going against Battle World Hulk or whatever. And just.
I think I saw that one.
Did you see that one?
I think I did. It sounds really familiar. It's one of those things you're like, who put money into this? And thank you, first off. Yeah. You're not allowed to make a dime off this, but wow.
Yeah, somebody did that, and it was cool. I prefer if they contacted me, so maybe we can work together. But if they did it and it looked good, I mean, it's just free marketing for me. So I'm not really
familiar. That's cool. Yeah, I like fan films. I'm a big horror fan too, especially the '80s slashers and all that. I used to watch. I used to watch Freddy Jason fan films like a lot and stuff.
Did you happen to see?
Without films coming out, what do you watch? Especially without those films coming out, what do you watch? Fan films. Yeah.
Fan films are
this is
so
kind of a promo.
Franchises aren't doing
What's
things.
that?
Go ahead. Sorry.
What did
This is kind of a promo here. We just interviewed Chris Nash, who wrote and directed the movie In a Violent Nature. I don't know if you've seen that yet.
I want to see that. Yeah, I heard of that. Yeah.
Please go see it. If you the movies you just mentioned, almost guarantee me that you're going to love this movie.
Yeah.
And he
about
he follows
a slasher following a slasher following us. One of the described. Yes.
He's basically following Jason.
Yeah, following Jason, but like for the POVs from behind Jason killing people.
What's it called again?
In a Violent Nature.
In a Violent Nature. It's one of the hottest right now.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it was world changing to me. So I had to get him, and Chris Nash, the writer director, agreed to show up on our show. We should have it's live. If you watch our live stream of this, it'll be edited up and live soon too. And
that sounds like an original concept too. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a great guy. In fact, like as an up and coming director, Brett, all these, I think you guys would get along too. Like,
oh, cool. Yeah,
reach out. Yeah,
he's a heck of a guy. By the way, there's a guy named Spider that just did a movie Down Below. We're talking. He actually contacted us. It just came out like yesterday. Down Below. It has Biling, Eric Robertson too, but it's a horror movie. It's pretty interesting. The guy's cool. Like we were talking stuff. He's a great guy. You want to check it out. It was put up by Gravitas. It's on streaming. It's kind of like an artsy, kind of like a Lost Highway sort of film, but it's like a weird horror film.
But we're all down to collab, meet people and talk to other filmmakers.
Yeah.
And that's one thing. Like we're just regular guys, pretty much, and kind of geeky, but we don't put on any airs or anything. And if
absolutely not.
If there's like, hey, maybe we can collaborate in the future or something, cool. Mm-hmm. Or maybe we can support you, go to your screener or something, then hey, let's do it, man. We're always down to help out other people, and that's how you build a community, So
I agree, and that's the one thing we've been learning here. Like just talking to you guys, like there are people out there that actually care about the world, the community, and putting good stuff out and helping each other. I've always been open to help. We did another show with 3 up and coming artists, like a high school, right out of high school level, to find out what their drive is and if they're going to follow. I want to follow up in a year or 2 years to see, did you do it? And I think at least 2 of them are going to go the whole way, like that level of thing. But it's nice to give up that bonus, finding somebody new, doing something new. I love it. And I also love the fact, by the way, before we go, you guys kind of met on both of your first projects, right? And you're still here 10 years later.
I was already doing film stuff before that, since I was doing, just.
I was too, actually. We met.
Okay, I thought that was like you both like on that project. Yeah.
Oh no, it was one of Matt's first editing jobs. That's what I hired it. But before that, I was already doing film stuff.
Oh, okay.
It was one of his first editing jobs. I've been doing film stuff longer than him. But it was cool, and then we got along, and then we kind of met other people. Like we just met. Talk about team building and stuff. We met David Mitch Parks, who's our. This is a crazy tale.
Mitch Parks,
it's real kind of short, but I put an ad for perspective. Put an ad out on Craigslist for investors, looking for investors. Probably a dumb idea. But
every idea, it's only dumb when it doesn't work.
Yeah, well, that's pretty dumb then, because it didn't work. So, but I did. Mitch Park responded, and he was asking me some questions about something, and then he looked at the link and he said, "Oh, Emergence." He said, "Oh, my buddy's on there, Paris." I said, "Oh, you know Paris?" So Mitch became our DP, and he's just a really nice guy, real genuine guy. He has Apothecary Entertainment, by the way. If you want to check his site out, Apothecary Entertainment. Okay. And he's also a guy who's coming like from the corporate world, but now he's doing more kind of his own stuff, So he's got his own gear truck. He saved up he's a real smart guy, saved up all his gear and stuff. And then we met another a young lady, Bauer. I'm blanking on her name.
Leanne.
Leanne Bauer, yeah. and she's really good with like contracts and stuff. So it's like we're and like-minded. You know, she's another really genuinely nice person. So we're just kind of meeting all these people who are kind of we're meeting our tribe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're doing a documentary also. We should mention a documentary about the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I saw a little bit of that. Can you tell me more about that? Like you're describing like from the idea to getting it made the whole way in the documentary.
Yeah, well, I saw this. Matt knows about it. So I saw this documentary. I'm not sure if you guys saw it, called Overnight. It was in It was either 1999 or 2000.
Yeah,
about this guy named Troy Duffy, and he was a musician and also a film director, filmmaker, and he and his buddies had the script, this really hot script, which was Boondock Saints. So he got with Miramax, he got greenlit by Miramax with Harvey Weinstein, and so they just took off overnight. They were all over the place, and they even got to do the cover song because they were musicians, they're band. So they just were like overnight blew up, and then they fell off. Like a bunch of things happened where they ran afoul of some folks and kind of disintegrated. But he still made the movie and everything for a lot less. But I admired his kind of gumption and everything. So this is kind of like this is like a more positive tale of that with a better outcome, hopefully. You know, so we're just doing this documentary on the making of this other film. Yeah,
because like we literally started with three people, like me, Ian, me, and Jeremy, our camera operator. We went down to the alleyway of like Cesar Chavez Street, basically in LA.
We went to the. So it was 2.5 years ago. I had a script and I told Matt about it. Matt was down with it. So we said, okay, we need a camera guy. So we got Matt's buddy Jeremy, who became my friend, and so we went down and we said, okay, we got a location scout for this gun buying scene, you know. And so he went down under the First Street Bridge, and I don't know if you know anything about LA but it's a pretty dicey area under the.
I don't know anything, so
I'll
stay away.
It was raining too. It was raining. It was noir. It was raining.
Yeah. And so we had these cops kind of like circling us, you know, and then we had like homeless people like, you know, bothering us. So it's like, I think we got to get out of here, man. And then we found out we had to have permits and stuff that are really expensive.
Right.
So, but from there, you know, we just kept making mistakes and learning from them, you know, and that's how we kind of did it.
I would love to see something that talks like about how you like. I have a script, now what? And like to walk everybody, if nothing else, a learning tool.
Right. Because we want to inspire other people.
How you can just how you really can without a without agent,
not going to film school or anything like that.
Without film school, you can make this happen. You can make this happen with a few people and just inspiration and everything. And
you get
together and film something exciting and amazing.
As long as you have something unique to offer and you believe in yourself and your product, you can make it happen. And like I said, it's starting with 3 people 2.5 years ago, knowing nobody, having nothing, and then seeing how that develops. And we're not saying we're all that. We're just saying, hey, we want to use this as a tool for other people to see, you know, motivate or inspire other people to if they're thinking about it, to go for it. You know, you can do it.
Hey, whenever you're ready with it, one of our partners is Typhoon On Demand, and they stream exclusively independent movies and productions like that. So let me know. I'll get some contact info. I like Typhoon On Demand. Really high quality video as well. We actually started another thing with them where we rate and review the movies. We watch a movie and then we just do a quick review on it. We've seen some really good movies on there too. What was the latest one? Was the one with the dryer? Do you guys remember the name of that? Wormhole. Watch Wormhole on Typhoon On Demand. Just watch it.
So they had a wormhole inside the dryer. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
The portal.
And I'm not telling you more. It's 15 minutes. Is it like 15 minutes?
It's so short, and that was the concern when we did it. We're like, no one's gonna like watch it for like 13 minutes, but it turned out to be like an hour and a half conversation about this short that they did. That we're like, I didn't know what to think of it because it looked like it was gonna be wacky. And it wasn't. It was funny, legitimately funny, but it was like it actually had a story with it. Like they put a lot in 13 minutes, and it was just it was a lot of fun.
But I just wanted to bring up Typhoon because if anywhere else, I believe that documentary belongs there.
Is it like the documentary place? Yeah,
cool.
It's like an artist nexus.
We're trying to
a lot of independent artists get meet on there.
We're trying to get we're trying to do the documentary kind of raise interest for the movie. So I don't know if we've talked about this, but we filmed like 45 minutes of the movie so far, and so we want to raise money.
Yeah, I was going to get to that. And what's your timeline look like going forward, and what can people expect? I wanted to end up on that, and let's go positive.
Yeah, so I first started. I got a side contract for a micro episodic. So because originally I wanted to do a TV series, and then people were like, no, you should. Industry insiders are like, no, you should do it as a film, and then it's easier to sell. So that's what we're changing it into a film. But I shot it episodically, so we have the first 45 minutes in the can now. It's edited and everything. So now we're looking for finishing funds for the large third act, which is mainly going to be, a lot of action sequences and stuff. So it's going to be a little more expensive, but it's
sure.
So now we're seeking finishing funds in the film business called finishing funds. But yeah, we're confident. We're shopping it right. We just started shopping it. Like we just completed the film mid-August and had a successful preview screening. Lane came down, Eric.
Yeah.
Everyone came down basically to support us.
Yeah, the multiplex Look Cinemas. We had the red carpet.
Look Cinemas in Glendale. It was great. Better than I thought it would be. Red carpet, everything. So we're just growing and staying humble. But yeah, sure, definitely let us know the information and stuff. Yeah, sure, we'll check it out.
And they're good people. They're like you say the tribe and the people that you like working with. They're like that.
Cool.
They are absolutely 100%. Let's do the right thing with the right people. We worked on a project with them, streaming a movie with an actor who was in the movie, and we actually had somebody join us mid live stream, and they helped us make this happen. It was a really cool thing. So,
nice.
Yeah, it was an interesting thing.
Do you guys review movies? Like, do you review movies? Like, you watch them during your show and then you talk about them afterwards? It's
a whole other show. It's just us doing something else where we'll watch a movie sometimes together, and sometimes we just watch it and we get together and do the recording. And then we do like a 10 or 15. We're trying to give people reasons to watch this movie. It's our number one thing, like to be positive about it. If we don't like it, we don't like it. But we also want to point out why they made it, because people put a lot of time and effort and love into making something, and we're not there to trash anything. But so we'll go and watch it and say, hey, if you like these things, if you're looking for a movie like this is what you should watch. It's just a little fun thing we get to do, and a reason for us to get together and watch movies.
And sometimes you hang out with Tanya Meme, and she gets to watch the movie with you. She was in the movie, and then the people who are also in the movie show up in the audience and join you as well. It was a wild night.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, sounds interesting.
Yeah, we actually watched the whole movie with her, which was odd to do when you're watching a movie with somebody that isn't a great movie. Like, where do you draw that line with them? Right. Like, you're acting.
She keeps saying that over and over again. It was like, no, it's fine. It's so. Our goal is, guys, long term, is he had a universe plan. The director of this movie, he had like this 3-movie arc, and they kept talking about how he wanted to do this, but he only did one movie, and it was like a zombie movie per se. It's a whole thing, but in his idea, it was like this Jurassic Park meet zombie idea that he never got to flesh out because it was 3 movies. And we're like, all right, guys, we need to do the Snyderverse cut. Like, get in contact to this guy. I want him to complete this story immediately. And Tanya Meme, you can be in the sync. Like, let's go.
Wait, dinosaurs plus like zombie dinosaurs?
It was something about like a virus that was like isolated over prehistoric virus over time, and it kind of it turned their DNA like backwards into like reptiles, and it doesn't really explain it to you. What's that?
No, they didn't go outwardly reptile. They
right.
Cold and pain or something.
Yeah, they didn't beat you over the head with it, but you kind of had to figure it out. And she goes, if they did the other 2 movies, the problem was it was going to be more explained in these other 2 flicks that they never made. But apparently the producer and the director, I hear, had a falling out. And unfortunately, we'll never see the sequel to those 2 flicks. Those flicks.
Yeah. I don't know why we got there, but yeah.
Sorry about that. That's
No, they had a video game. They had a video game I just saw on Steam. It just came on. I think it's early at EA. And it has something to do with it's a horror game that has dinosaurs. Have you seen that one yet?
I'm sorry, no.
Kind of like an original idea, but it's got like mixed reviews or something. So anyway, yeah,
like a Turok like body horror game.
Yeah, right. Some evil pterodactyls or something.
Yeah. I mean, you guys saw the trailer with the gun is a hit.
You guys saw the full trailer, right? The new trailer for Emergence, the newest one we have.
There was one that came out yesterday, but I couldn't find it. I thought.
Oh, you haven't seen the new trailer? Oh, okay.
I saw an Instagram post, and then I went to YouTube to look for it because I couldn't click on it from my stupid phone.
We put it back up.
Oh yeah, that's okay. I just put it back on there yesterday because I had an old version and I had to delete that.
Yeah.
It's, that and probably even a more polished one later on, but you know. People are digging it.
The vibe is, it's like, this is like the, like a noir, like the Blade Runner sort of style, like we were saying, cyberpunk and everything. Just want you know that.
Yeah, I definitely want to encourage people to go check out the trailer. Go to the website Dreamflight Entertainment, as well as Josh. You just had the other one up. I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah, Emergence 2028
series. You do it.
Oh no, Emergence. Sorry, no, I apologize. That was me.
You do it.
Just too high energy. Emergence2028series.com and fill out the form. You get a comic book. The artwork reminds me of the old Image comics. I don't know if you guys, how nerdy do you go? But it's a little 8-panel story you guys got there. And you guys really thought of all the angles on this one. It's fun.
Well, you can at least kind of start stuff. Like I believe you just doing stuff, because if I don't do it, I'll just get lazy. So I just, I made merch.
Awesome.
I knew people weren't going to buy merch because they haven't even heard of this IP, but I went through the experience of putting a merch store on. You'll see it there. I mean, some people have bought some stuff, but I'm saying
that's
it's not
great. Seriously,
but I just did it so that I know how to do that in the future. You know what I mean? So otherwise I'll just get lazy and I'll just forget about it.
You got to flex that muscle. There's all these tools there, and got to use them.
I learned how to use DaVinci because I could. It was there and I could do it. Like I suck at editing, but I still know how to use. I can at least talk to a much better editor on what I want. And still do the basics. Yeah.
I am not an editor at all. I just go to Matt for that stuff.
I'm the editor, producer, whatever. Yeah. Whatever you need.
Yeah. Movie Maker. I can do Movie Maker.
Yeah. I remember that's what I did with the footage I shot with my Canon XL1S Movie Maker.
Yeah.
I always had the intro and outro that were clearly Apple.
Yeah.
The running film one.
The stupid graphics that go on the side of the screen, like it looks like some kind of corporate video or something.
Yeah. Watermark. I had many video clips of that. Hey, look, it looks professional. Now I just use Canva. It's much better.
Canva's a good one, yeah.
They're killing it lately, right? Like it's absolutely worth the price.
We should also mention real quick. We're doing shorts too. We're going to do shorts based on this series.
Oh right, yeah.
Nice.
Very cool. Listen,
because the thing with this movie is they don't really want you showing the movie before it's sold and stuff, right?
Some companies don't like
shorts.
That.
Shorts. Get these at festivals. Go ahead, Ian. Sorry.
What to say? Yeah, like any. Let's make sure we get all the promos out. Because we're gonna end up wrap the interview here. We did have a comment in chat that I wanted to make sure you guys saw.
Nice. Yes.
Let me see. Thank you very much for the comment. Thanks for watching. Thank you guys for being here as well. We're gonna get links from you. All the links to everything you're doing are gonna be down in the description on this video. We're gonna edit it up. We'll have it live in sections to watch. So if you're watching this, make sure you click on the video, like, share, subscribe, all that stuff that we're supposed to tell you to do. Ian, Matt, thank you so much for being here. Absolutely love talking with you guys. I love finding people that are positive and like they want to help others grow along with themselves. The learning aspect of everything. This is why I do the show. It's about the relationships we make and how we share all this stuff back out. It is great meeting you guys. And if you're watching this, please support Dreamflight. Please support Emergence 2028 and everything these guys are doing because this is amazing. You get to watch it grow.
And then maybe later on we can circle back and we can once we have maybe one or two shorts out, we can air them on here and stuff like that too.
Come on back in, yeah, sure.
Yeah, we're in. We're down with it. We are
cool, man.
We're here for the whole ride. I want to follow this all.
Tabletop game here too. We'll do it around here.
Yeah,
absolutely. In on that.
Let's get crack on the tabletop game.
We might. Yeah, we'll do a tabletop. We'll do a couple tabletop sessions once I have my role playing game going.
Yeah, that's priority number 2 for sure. Now
we'll introduce Matt to the.
And we'll have Zaz kill his dog again.
If I roll one more critical fail, I swear.
You rolled a 1? Oh no!
It was one after one after one. It was a joke almost.
Yeah, well, appreciate your time, guys, and nice meeting you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Can't wait to see everything coming out with this. Thank you.
Yep.
Josh, play us out. Thanks, everybody.
Okay, see you guys. Yep. Thank you guys.
Have a great one. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful night. Be safe out there. Treat each other well.